Scrooged is one of the most persistently popular adaptations of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
Show me the Scrooge promo.
Standing the test of time, even though it received mediocre reviews when released.
You'll love it.
Roger Ebert gave the movie a particularly scouring review in 1988.
Oh gosh, does that suck?
Famously opening his review by calling it one of the most disquieting, unsettling films to come along in quite some time. He didn't find it funny and thought the movie's overriding emotions seemed to be pain and anger. Fans of the film may give a little chuckle at how wrong Ebert was. Scrooged is a Christmas classic after all. But even though Ebert didn't like it, he wasn't completely wrong. The film is great, but it does have a lot of cruelty, played out through strategic use of slapstick and horror imagery.
Go back to Jersey, you moron!
There are 3 levels of violence in Scrooged: comedic horror, slapstick, and serious horror, and all 3 are central to the story. Dickens' A Christmas Carol comes out of the British tradition of telling ghost stories at Christmas time. Literary historian Derek Johnston notes that these stories operate as opportunities to reaffirm social values and behaviors, and to provide warning tales of what happens when these boundaries are transgressed.
That was a great joke. I love that bit!
It should be no surprise, then, that horror tropes might find their way into some film adaptations of A Christmas Carol, and these tropes support the moral lesson at the heart of Dickens' story, that Christmas should be about family and generosity, and that these things come before money.
God blesses everyone.
In Scrooged, the comedic horror contains a satisfying mix of gruesomeness and funny sight gags. It is front-loaded into the first act and helps illustrate Frank's character.
Oh my God.
You know, there's a lot of virtues in taking a bus to work, you know. Oh, hi, fellas. Thanks a
He
lot.
delights in others' misery,
4 minutes and 40 seconds.
but freaks out when others defy or threaten him. He's narcissistic, but fragile. In the book Laughing Screaming, William Paul writes about Bill Murray's star persona. Murray is a me person, driven by the demands of an infinitely expanding self that tries to gain control over every circumstance. At the same time, the incessantly mocking tone by which he gains control points to an inner emptiness, an inability to convey belief, and a sense of commitment. This describes the character of Frank
Have you
perfectly.
seen this morning's paper, Frank? It scared her to death.
The comedic horror throws his personality into relief.
This is terrific!
Horror and comedy often make for a good marriage of genres. This is especially true in Scrooged, in part because much of its comedy is grounded in slapstick. Slapstick is an inherently physical comedic medium.
Thanks, boys. Get the nurse.
As the name slapstick implies, much of it involves violence visited upon bodies. The comedy is vicious, but also hilarious. Such comedic violence has served different functions over the years, sometimes providing a release valve or perhaps expressing nihilism during difficult cultural times. In Scrooged, it is a crucial component of the morality tale. We get to know Frank by watching him terrorize his employees, and it is the job of the ghost to turn the tables on him and make him change his ways. The ghost of Christmas Present is the queen of slapstick in this film.
Hello, Frank. I'm the ghost of Christmas Present.
I had a funny feeling.
She punctuates each lesson with a punch,
Oh, sometimes the truth is painful, Frank, but it's made your cheeks all rosy and your eyes bright as stars.
punishing him and taking pleasure in his pain. She wields slapstick with sugary sweetness as she teaches Frank what makes for a meaningful life.
It's his choice. Only he can break the spell.
There are moments, though, where the filmmakers incorporate horror imagery but withhold the humor. These are the moments when Frank is shown to have a real change. The first one doesn't result in a lasting change, but we can see here that Frank has let go of irony and cynicism, at least for a moment.
But I really need to talk to you right now. Something terrible has happened.
Or maybe not, I don't know. But whatever, I have to talk to you no matter what. It's urgent. Call me at any hour.
Later, at the end of his encounter with the ghost of Christmas Present, the film shifts in tone by dropping Frank into this scene. Where Herman, an unhoused man he met earlier, sits frozen. Frank attempts to make jokes,
Geez, maybe I should have given you the $2, huh?
willing this to be a moment of comedy horror, but it isn't. Frank hasn't transformed yet, but we can see that he is deeply unsettled by Herman's death.
Why didn't you stay at Claire's? Why didn't you stay with Claire? She would have taken care of you. You would have eaten. You would have been warm.
May I?
The scenes with the Ghost of Christmas Future operate almost exclusively in a horror tone, and the art direction changes to borrow from German expressionist imagery.
That was a lousy thing.
The culmination occurs when Frank is shown his own memorial, a large empty room with only his brother and sister-in-law mourning him. Frank doesn't understand at first,
What the hell's this that you're
but when he does understand,
What, that I've died?
he is pulled into a first-hand experience of his own cremation. He experiences the horror of being burned alive, and there's no joke being played here. He must change, or this humorless future is inevitable.
I want to live! I'm alive!
But because we're in a comedy, Slapstick wins the third act.
I'm alive!
Once Frank has signaled his transformation, the illusions change from Murnau to Bugs Bunny.
I'm gonna start with you.
There's still a lot of violence,
He's finished.
Shut up! Don't touch that dial and stay out of
a lot of behavior that would be disturbing if we were in a different kind of film, but we're not meant to take it seriously. It's played for laughs. A couple of unhinged men hold up a live TV show.
With me in the booth is Elliot Loudermilk. Elliot, how are we doing up there?
Open his mic.
Wonderful, but I don't think you're gonna be president tomorrow.
But somehow it all works out for the best. Frank learns his lesson and embraces the pro-social meaning of Christmas,
I get it now.
albeit in his own narcissistic way. He still lacks emotional regulation,
I believe in it now. I believe it's gonna happen to me now. I'm ready for it.
but his outbursts are channeled in a more positive direction.
Did I forget something, big man?
God blesses everyone.
A true Christmas miracle. I'm Laura Ivans. Thank you for watching.